I have always voted. I consider it not just a right, but a responsibility that any member of a democracy has to his fellow citizens, his country, and quite frankly, to the world. And I come from a family with a long history of political affiliations, close friendships, actually, with prominent politicians. For many years, mostly conservative Republicans, but more recently, with the younger generation, predominantly liberal Democrats. Anyone who knows me knows which direction my political beliefs lean. But up until now, I've really never felt compelled to make any kind of a more detailed or elaborate public statement. And yes, I do understand that I'm just some guy who makes cartoons, but I am an American citizen first, who believes in our right and our responsibility to exercise their First Amendment rights to express their opinions when they feel it is necessary to come to the defense of the things that we believe this country stands for. I'm supporting Joe Biden, not as a second choice or because he'll do or because he's not the other guy. He has been my first choice since before he actually officially got into the race. He's exactly the kind of leader that I believe this country needs now more than ever. He served his country for most of his life with honor, compassion, and dignity, and has always been respected by his colleagues from both sides of the aisle. I believe he can get us back on track and back on a road toward a place where we can passionately argue our differences, but in the end still come together to make the kind of meaningful compromises we need to make to keep our government and this country moving forward. He listens. He speaks from the heart. Yes, he occasionally misspeaks from the heart, and he shows genuine compassion for all of his countrymen. And I've actually noticed some small signs of healing ever since he formally threw his hat in the ring. Longtime conservative and Republican friends of mine, yes, I have quite a few, and I'm very fond of them, even though we may disagree from time to time. Many of them actually seemed to be as eager for him to run as I was, and so many of them have told me that they will be casting their vote for him in November. And clearly many of the policies that he represents do not align perfectly with theirs, but they have been able to articulate that they believe he is the kind of person that can lead this country without forsaking the needs or ignoring the voices of the people who either didn't vote for him or for whom he may not have been their perfect choice. He understands that the duty of the President of the United States is to be a leader for all Americans, not just the ones who align themselves with his particular political party. And he understands our place in the world and how important our actions and policies are to creating peace and stability on a global level. He understands that as a global superpower, we have a responsibility to do what's right and just, not just when it's obvious or easy, but when it's hard, especially when it's hard. And I know he's absolutely going to look after and promote the policies and programs that are important to me as a liberal and a progressive. But I also know he'll do so without forgetting his responsibility to all Americans, regardless of their political affiliations. These have been, without a doubt, the most difficult and trying times I have witnessed in my lifetime. Now more than ever, we need leaders with compassion, courage, and integrity who are willing and able to begin the difficult work of reuniting this country, both its politicians and its citizens, so that we can begin working together again for a better and brighter tomorrow. I love this country, and that is why I support Joe Biden and Kamala Harris for President and Vice President this November. Thank you for listening.